So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. We're here with Tyler from Makeout. We're going to ask him some questions today. I'm going to start. What inspired you to start the band, and what does the band name mean?
So we used to be called Trophy Wives before we turned into Makeout.
Hmm.
So when we went and recorded The Good Life, we kind of changed our sound up a little bit, and that's when we were like, all right, let's change the band name, and we're just going to move forward with something else. And it was actually Travis Barker's idea to name it
Oh.
Makeout, because and so he got it from, it used to be a vegan spot that he used to like to go to
Hmm.
here in LA. So
Alright.
yeah, so we looked that up and nobody had taken it, which is like really hard to find also. And so we just went with it.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Okay. So, congrats on your newest release, Home. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
It's been awesome because I didn't really know what to think. You know, obviously we got a couple new members. A new singer is always like a huge deal. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, we did our best to pick who we thought was going to be the best fit for the band. So it's been really cool to see people really receptive to Kyle as our singer. And yeah, the feedback's all been really positive. So it's been great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It slaps.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for that song?
Yeah, so Home came about. We had all the guys out here in LA one weekend. Scott left to go home, AJ left to go home, and Kyle was hanging out with me for a couple extra days just because that's how his flight worked out. And then on the last day that he was here, we had run into Jaden from With Confidence like earlier in the weekend because we went to like emo night or something.
Mhm.
And so Jaden was like, yo, let's get together and let's write a song or something. And I was like, all right, yeah, cool. And then it just worked out where the last day that Kyle was here, Jaden was like, hey, you got time to do it today? And we were like, yeah, let's do it. So we went over to Jaden's. We probably had like a 4-hour window where we could work before Kyle had to go on an airplane. And so he was just like, yeah, I have this idea. The only real thing I have is like Home. And he had some like melody ideas for the chorus and stuff. And it just we just like banged it out from there. We had pretty much the whole song written and done within those 4 hours. So
Wow.
That's cool.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the demo version is pretty different from the final version, but like it was there, you know.
Yeah. Would you ever release the demo version?
I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of cool to see the difference. It's in a different key. It's a lot slower, actually.
Wow. Hmm.
So yeah, it's got a cool feel. We were talking about that recently, actually. Maybe like if we do like a Twitch stream or something, just kind of like sneak it in there.
Oh, all right. All right. Sneaky, sneaky. So where's your headspace while writing Home?
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, Jaden just really had the idea of Home in his head when we were writing it, and it kind of just evolved into like talking about past relationships and things, and just like, you know, everybody's kind of been there before where they had, it doesn't even have to be like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but even just like a friend who, you know, you end up just like they betray you, and it's just like a whole like, it's just like what the fallout feels like, you know, like I wanted to feel home, and just like, you know, you thought you could trust that person, and yeah, they showed their true colors.
Okay.
Wow.
So you guys are heading into a new era, or at least a new album cycle. What are the plans for that? Are we going to get an album, and can you tell me anything about it?
Yeah, so we have an EP that is done. So it's going to be an EP.
Okay.
We're not ready to announce the date on that just yet, but we will be putting out a home music video pretty soon. And yeah, we have a couple other singles that are ready to go, and then the EP will drop pretty soon after. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's a little different. I mean, Home is a little different, but it's still very Makeout. You know, the whole EP is kind of that direction. So
Okay.
it's cool.
All right. Do you have a title for the EP? Are you allowed to share
Yeah,
that?
so yeah, it's gonna be called Home, actually.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Solid. Solid. All right.
Yeah.
Will this new era be as like pop punk, like in your face as the last one?
More so.
Ooh. Okay.
One of the songs that we have on there is almost like bordering easycore. Like
Okay.
it's pretty heavy compared to anything else that we've put out before.
Okay.
So that one's gonna be a fun one live.
All right.
Okay, I'm probably pushing it here, but will that be one of the singles?
No, it won't.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's
So
fine.
you're gonna have
I
to
can
wait till
wait.
the EP drops.
Yeah, I can wait. I can wait.
Am I able to push and see how many tracks we're gonna get on the CP, or?
Well, so Kyle's actually working on finishing up some stuff just this last week. So we'll see if it ends up being like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
It kind of depends on what they got done this weekend or like this past week. He's still there finishing up today. So.
All right.
All right.
Now this is an out there question, but will there be any collabs at all on this record?
No, not like a feature or anything like that. But Travis Barker produced the songs, so he had a big say in kind of what happened, and he changed a bunch of stuff when we went into his studio, which was really cool. So the next song that we're putting out actually is the one that's probably changed the most since we first brought it in, and that was like I would say 98% of those changes were Travis. So.
Wow. All right. All right. So again, I feel like we're playing like 20 questions with your album, just trying to learn as much as we can. Oh, EP,
yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, but probably the last like specific thing about it, will there be another track on it like Lisa, where it's like with the harmonizing? Because that is like my favorite part of that song, and will there be a part 2 of that?
Ooh, I'm not sure because I haven't heard what they've been working on the last couple of days. So I haven't gotten an update anyway. So there very well could be, but as far as I know right now, we don't have any parts that are. You're talking about like the bridge part, right? Where he's just saying like Lisa and there's a ton of harmonies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't have anything quite like that yet, but they very well could have done it this last week. So I don't know.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair.
So what band influences do you think you hear the most in your music, if any?
So Kyle and I have talked about this a lot. We both were huge into Sum 41 growing up. And I think especially this newer stuff that we're putting out really shows that influence. So where before maybe we were a little more Blink-182, now I'd say we're probably a little more Sum 41, which I am personally more of a fan of. So.
Bro, all right. That's super exciting. Okay.
Yeah, it's we're just blending a little more rock elements in there as opposed to just like pop punk.
Okay.
All right. Oh God. Okay. So is there a certain feeling or emotion you want your listeners to have while listening to this new EP?
Yeah. Well, it kind of goes all over. Like, Home is kind of a sad song, like if you read all the lyrics. The next single that we're putting out is also kind of a sad song. But then the heavy song that I was talking about is really like, go get 'em, like you can do it. So it kind of goes all over the place. So it's gonna be like I hope people go through a roller coaster of emotions as they're listening to it.
All right.
Since shows can't be played right now, how have you guys been connecting with the fans during this like weird time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've been talking about we started doing a couple Twitch streams. We've been talking about doing that more and making it and doing like a whole bunch of different things, whether it be like we did a Q&A last week, and then Kyle's talking about going on and playing some stuff acoustic, and we're trying to think of other ways we can incorporate all of us getting together into a stream sort of thing. So yeah, we're brainstorming, but we'll be doing our Twitch streams a lot more moving forward.
All
right. So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
It's so hard to say. Like everyone's being so optimistic that shows will be back next year, but I am a pessimist myself. I have a feeling we're probably not going to be playing shows till like 2022.
Yeah.
I guess I would rather I'd rather think that it's going to be in 2022, and if it happens in 2021, then that's awesome,
Yeah.
But yeah, so in 5 years, I would love to just be touring. All right, so 5 years, it would be nice to be putting out album. So we'll put out an EP, and then I want to do an album, and then 5 years from now, maybe album 2 with the new lineup, and then touring all over the world. So.
right.
Wow. All right.
So
we've been cranking out tunes. We got a lot of like, even besides the stuff that's done for the EP, we got a lot of other stuff that are like in the demo stages. So like we'll have an album ready to go in no time.
So
okay.
could we be seeing an album in 2021 then?
Yeah, 2021 maybe. It
Alright.
depends.
Yeah, I don't want to put like a deadline on it or anything. But...
Yeah. But
Yeah.
no, I would say that's probably realistic.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I want to chat very briefly about that other project you have, Vantavoid. How do you feel about the response to that so far, and what are the plans for that project as well?
Yeah, that's been cool because Frank and I put a song out last year, and when it came out, it hit #1 on the iTunes metal charts. So we were kind of just like, okay. So it was kind of at that point where we're like, well, I'm having fun doing this. Are you having fun doing this? And Frank was like, well, I'm having fun doing this. So we were like, all right, let's make some more songs and we'll just keep doing the thing. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully, when it comes time, we'll be able to play some shows as Vantavoid as well. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be focused on putting out a lot more stuff for that too. We have 4 more songs that are ready to get released for Vantavoid. So, it'll just keep coming.
All right, so just singles right now is what we're looking at?
Yeah, so for that, we're going to keep putting out singles. We have like a goal. We have like kind of a timeline we're trying to see if we can achieve. So we're going to put out singles for now, and then hopefully some stuff will happen.
Okay. All
right. Exciting. So for the last couple of questions, we're actually going to shift away from music and go straight to death row. So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Ooh, my drink would be a margarita for sure.
All right.
And then my meal, man, it's hard to decide. There's this place that's here in LA. I forget what it's called now though. We've only been a couple times, my fiance and I. And it's just like really fancy Mexican food, but they just have these mole enchiladas that are just to die for. And that would probably be what I would request. It would have to be specifically from there though.
Yeah, only from there.
right.
Yeah.
Solid.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Fictional world. I mean, some like fantasy world would be sick to have like magic powers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I could be like a wizard in like the Lord of the Rings or something, that'd be pretty tight. Like with like being a wizard and then not having to worry because like you just have like all the power, so nothing can really like hurt you. You know, that'd be pretty sick. Just be able to like teleport around and just do all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Everyone we've spoken to has said it's the most important question.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color would have to be red.
Red. Do you have a specific shade?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
So as Glory said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Yeah, go check out our new single, Home. You can hear it on every streaming platform that there is. And be on the lookout for a music video coming in the next probably week or so. And then, yeah, we'll be putting out a lot more stuff as Makeout, and Vantavoid will be putting out more music in the next month as well. So, yeah, keep an eye out for both.
All right.
Solid.
For that.
All right.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Tyler from Makeout and Vantavoid, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.